Welcome to the countdown of the 10 most dangerous places on Earth. From scorching deserts and abandoned ghost towns, to radioactive zones and forbidden islands, let's dive in. 10. Death Valley, USA. One of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures here can soar to a staggering 134 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the hottest temperature ever recorded on the planet. Death Valley is a vast, arid desert stretching across California and Nevada. The landscape is both beautiful and deadly, with endless sand dunes, salt flats, and rocky canyons. In the summer, the ground can literally fry an egg, and the air shimmers with heat. Dehydration and heat stroke are constant threats, and even experienced hikers can quickly become disoriented. Water sources are scarce, and shade is almost non-existent. Despite these dangers, some wildlife and plants have adapted to survive in this harsh environment. Death Valley is also home to mysterious moving rocks and the lowest point in North America, Badwater Basin, which sits 282 feet below sea level. For those who venture here unprepared, the consequences can be fatal. Always respect the warnings and never underestimate the power of nature in Death Valley. 9. Snake Island, Brazil. A place so dangerous it's completely off-limits to the public. Located about 20 miles off the coast of Sao Paulo, Snake Island, officially known as Ilha da Queimada Grande, is infamous for its dense population of one of the world's deadliest snakes, the golden lance-head viper. This small island is home to thousands of these venomous snakes, with some estimates suggesting there's nearly one snake for every square meter. The golden lancehead's venom can kill a human in under an hour, and there is no known antidote. The Brazilian government has banned visitors, except for a few scientists who study the snakes under strict supervision. Legends tell of lighthouse keepers and fishermen who met tragic fates after landing here. The island's isolation has allowed the snakes to thrive, making it one of the most dangerous natural habitats on Earth. Even experienced researchers must take extreme precautions when setting foot on Snake Island. 8. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine, still radioactive decades after the nuclear disaster. In April 1986, a catastrophic explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The disaster forced the evacuation of over 100,000 people from the surrounding area. In April 1986, a catastrophic explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The disaster forced the evacuation of over 100,000 people from the surrounding area. Today, the exclusion zone covers a 30-kilometer radius around the plant. It is filled with abandoned towns, schools, and amusement parks, frozen in time and slowly being reclaimed by nature. Today, the exclusion zone covers a 30-kilometer radius around the plant. It is filled with abandoned towns, schools, and amusement parks, frozen in time and slowly being reclaimed by nature. Radiation levels remain dangerously high in many areas. Warning signs and Geiger counters are a constant reminder of the invisible threat that lingers here. Despite the risks, some people have returned to live in the zone, and scientists, tourists, and filmmakers visit to study the effects of radiation and witness the haunting remains of a once thriving community. 7. North Sentinel Island, India. A forbidden island shrouded in mystery and danger. Home to the uncontacted Sentinelese tribe, the island is fiercely protected. Outsiders are strictly forbidden to approach. Attempts to make contact have ended in tragedy, reinforcing the need for isolation. North Sentinel Island remains one of the world's most mysterious and dangerous places, its secrets hidden beneath the jungle canopy. 6. Danakil Depression, Ethiopia, acidic pools, toxic gases, and extreme heat. This is one of the most inhospitable places on the planet. Temperatures here can soar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and the air is thick with toxic gases like sulfur and chlorine. The ground is covered in vibrant yellow, green, and orange mineral deposits, created by volcanic activity and hot springs bubbling up from beneath the earth. The region is dotted with acidic pools and salt flats, making it both beautiful and deadly. Few plants or animals can survive in this harsh environment, and even brief exposure can be dangerous to humans. Despite the dangers, scientists are drawn to the Danakil Depression to study its unique geology and extreme life forms. Some believe its alien landscape may resemble conditions on other planets, making it a key site for astrobiology research. 5. Fukushima, Japan. In 2011, a massive earthquake and tsunami triggered a catastrophic nuclear meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi power plant. The disaster released dangerous levels of radiation, forcing thousands to evacuate their homes. Today, Large areas remain abandoned with strict exclusion zones still in place. The impact of the Fukushima disaster is still felt today. Radiation levels in some areas remain dangerously high and entire towns stand frozen in time, overgrown, deserted, and eerily silent. Cleanup efforts continue, but experts estimate it will take decades before the region is safe for people to return. The tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the lasting consequences of nuclear accidents. 4. Bermuda Triangle. Mysterious disappearances of ships and planes. Stretching between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, the Bermuda Triangle has been the site of countless unexplained vanishings. Ships and aircraft have disappeared here without a trace, fueling decades of speculation and fear. One of the most famous cases is Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers that vanished in 1945. Rescue planes sent after them also disappeared, deepening the mystery. Over the years, dozens of ships have been lost in these waters, from massive cargo vessels to small private boats. Some were found abandoned, while others simply vanished. Theories range from sudden storms and magnetic anomalies to more outlandish ideas like underwater alien bases or time warps. Yet, no single explanation has ever solved the riddle. To this day, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries, luring the curious and warning the cautious. 3. Mount Everest's death zone, where oxygen levels drop dangerously low. At over 8,000 meters, Mount Everest's death zone is a place where the air is so thin, every breath is a struggle. Temperatures can plummet to -40 degrees, and hurricane-force winds whip across the icy slopes. Climbers face exhaustion, frostbite, and altitude sickness. Many have collapsed just steps from safety, unable to go on. The lack of oxygen clouds judgment, making even simple decisions life-threatening. Yet every year, hundreds risk everything to reach the summit. Some survive against all odds, crawling through blizzards and past the remains of those who didn't make it. In the death zone, every step is a battle between life and death. 2. Lake Natron, Tanzania. Water so alkaline it petrifies animals. Lake Natron's unique chemistry creates a surreal landscape. The water's high alkalinity and temperature can reach up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, turning animals that touch it into stone-like statues. Flamingos thrive here, but for most creatures, it's a deadly trap. The lake's red and orange hues come from salt-loving microorganisms, making it one of the most otherworldly places on Earth. 1. Kabul, Afghanistan. High risk of conflict and terrorism makes it extremely dangerous. Once a vibrant crossroads of culture and trade, Kabul has faced decades of war, political instability, and violence. The city's streets, once bustling with markets and life, now bear the scars of repeated conflict. Ongoing threats from terrorist groups and frequent attacks make daily life unpredictable and dangerous for residents. Foreign governments warn against travel, and journalists often require armed escorts. Despite these dangers, Kabul remains a city of resilience. Its people continue to rebuild and hope for peace, but the risks of violence, kidnapping, and unrest remain ever present. For now, Kabul stands as a stark reminder of the dangers that persist in some corners of our world. Which of these dangerous places would you dare to visit, if you had the chance? Or is there a place we missed that you think is even more dangerous? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And here's a fun fact. The Dead Sea is so salty, you can actually float without trying. If you enjoyed this countdown, hit like, subscribe for more, and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure.